we're live. And I see a lot of going on in the chat. A lot of new people today. That's very exciting. So first off, before I get too far, I want to make sure that you can hear me and see me. So if you can let me know in the chat, please, if there is any sound issues, we want to take care of that before I get started. So let me know. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Everything looks good. If so, then we're going to get started immediately because I honor those that came early or on time. Perfect. Thank you, Bob. So I am going to go ahead, and the very first thing I always do, because I think that really makes a difference for especially the new people, is to do a thorough tour of our back office. And once I've completed that, if there's a question that I didn't actually answer by going through that, then we'll go ahead and answer all the questions you have. And I want to make sure that by the time I'm done, every one of you understands exactly what we've got here and what you can do with it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add my screen. And I like to take myself out of the picture so that you get a full screen. And we're going to go right on over to our gut backup. It's already up and loaded and ready to go. As you can see, we've already got the front page, which is this video. It's really good idea actually to watch this and understand what this product is all about. And in a nutshell, before I go too much further, this product is about saving your personal files, anything that isn't on your computer, anything that is on your phone, and especially your memories, like your photos and your videos. Those are very, very important because if you've ever had an experience where you've lost something and you couldn't get it back, there's nothing more painful than to lose valuable, not just memories necessarily, but even your work at your work or whatever it might be. Any one of those things are really, really important. So the first thing I want to pay attention to is that we have the Got Backup right here on the side. It's usually under the tab called Tools, okay? So we'll go ahead and click that again, and it shows all of our stuff. And the first tab down is called Use the Tool. And that's specifically because that is where you get started in this product. If you have a Windows machine, then make sure that you've downloaded the Windows icon here. And please, please, I'll say it 5 times, please, 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 please watch these videos, okay? Because these videos will explain, because that's the one thing I really can't do once I've already got it on my machine, because once I've got it on my machine, I would have to completely uninstall and start over to give you a really good how to get started with it. These videos do that job, and they're really, really good. So let's go ahead and click that, just what they look like, because there is a lot of detail here. It explains exactly how to get started, explains how to get to your cloud, how to sync your folders, or any of the other things that might come up for getting started. And some of these videos may even be mine because I did do some of the work to get this put together. So they're still working on deciding how much of that they're going to put in here. So some of these videos might actually be my videos now because I did make some videos for the content. Now, if you have a Macintosh, everything that is for Macintosh is under the Macintosh tab. And if you have an iPhone, everything for the iPhone is under the Macintosh. And if you are a Windows user and you have an Android, you'll find everything right here. So we'll come on back. Sorry. Got to drink a little bit of water occasionally just to keep myself from getting scratchy. This is also how you get to your cloud right here, but we'll do that later in the program. The first thing we're going to do, though, is show you where all of the stuff is that you need to do to get started. Once you're set up, make sure you're set up first, because before you can sell anything, you must understand the product. And if you have it on your own machine, you're using it, you have a better chance of sharing it with other people, because really it's about sharing it, just like when you share a movie or you share some product that you really enjoy. And it may not even be that you get paid for it, but most of us are willing to share ideas and information when we have something that happens that is good for us. And that is what this product is really all about. It is about helping other people, for one thing, especially preserving their personal stuff, like their pictures and their videos, whether it be on their computer or whether it be on their phone. Either way, it's covered. All right. This is our best page to share with people. So in order to get the link, you simply copy the promo link and you have it ready to go, because it'll be shared and copied right into your, what we call the, well, you know what I mean. It'll copy and then you can paste it. If somebody is already on your list or has already done the tour, then this page is good for that. And this one over here is good for if somebody is actually interested in upgrading to the page that lets them find out about having someone actually email their products and their people for them. Now, somebody asked, how do you get the link for the webinars? It's right here. You simply copy the link. And this is an old video, but it's one of the first ones that was done showing what the product is about. You can look at that and share it as well. And you'll notice there's other tabs across here. For instance, we have the banners. I actually have a website, a blog, which I use constantly, which is right here. And if I click this, you'll see that I have used banners on my website. So it is easy and fun and everybody can use it. So once you realize that it's just a matter, I'll get back here, of using the tools we already have here for you. You don't have to make this hard. You don't have to have any fancy language that you use. Just remember that it's about sharing something that is important. Because I don't know about anybody that hasn't had at one time or another something fail, like a hard drive or a phone, or lose a phone or a broken phone or a stolen phone. And when that happens, you usually lose your files as well, all of your pictures, all of your videos. So this is how you protect them, is put them in the cloud. And that's simply all you have to do, is share that information with other people. Okay, the next tab over is what we call our add copy. This is samples of emails you can use when you want to talk to other people, or you can use them to build rapport with people as you're having conversations. Please don't spam. In other words, please don't give it to people that you haven't talked to and they don't know who you are and they don't know why you're sharing a link. If you do it that way, it's considered spam. People don't like it. It doesn't do you any good at all, and it hurts our company. So please don't do that. The next one over is called our pre-enrollee copy. And because I don't have any liens on my demo account that I'm using tonight, this won't go anywhere. But what it does is it creates an email for your pre-enrollees. Now, you might notice there are things in here you need to actually edit. You don't want it to just say email. You want to put in your personal email. You want to put in your personal phone number. And if you have a Skype, put in the Skype. If you don't, take it off. if put in your Telegram and various different things like that, so that you have contact information in here for people that are interested in this company and got on your lead list. Then the next tab that we have over here is called our social media posts. These are really good. Again, don't overdo it. Please don't overdo it. That's considered spam. Use these sparingly. You can also use them in a post to somebody that you're talking to. But again, don't do it before you have had a conversation. It's just like when somebody gives me a link, and I don't know why they gave me a link because we hadn't talked. I usually ask them why they gave me the link, and I don't ever click it if they give me a link and they haven't had a conversation. That's just kind of common sense if you think about it. You don't have to make this hard, but just remember, do unto others as you would like to have them do for you. If you don't like to be spammed, please don't do that to other people. Now, the major, most important thing here also is this link right here called our lead capture system. And what's cool about that is that one of the things that made me come to this company many years ago before we had got back up was that I was looking for some way that I could have an email system without paying a huge amount of money, because the average companies out there actually charge you more as your list grows, which makes it very unpleasant. Once you get going, you realize that you're paying even a couple $100 or more for a list that you've built because they keep charging you more. And we just don't do that. In fact, in Got Backup, you're not even being charged anything more for using this system, which makes it really, really awesome. So I like to send broadcasts, and I have some in here already. Just I've demonstrated many times on how to do it. It isn't hard to do, and you can actually do it without knowing anything. Because here's the thing that I would suggest for absolute brand new people. The very moment that you have even one lead, please invite them to our webinars, because we have them all through the week. So tonight is mine. Tomorrow they're going to actually have a replay link that you can share. And then on Wednesday is the cutoff. That is when people are going to be moved from the power line over into your tank. And you want people to know about that. So again, it's another webinar link you can share with people. And then on Friday morning, Mark does recognition, and he's really awesome to listen to. And now we've even got things that are happening on Saturday, and we've got two that are happening through the week that are other languages. We have French and we have Italian. So by the time you start looking at all of the webinars that we already have, you have enough information and material to send to even your leads, even if you've never done it before. So let me show you just an example of what you might want to do, okay? For instance, this is one I sent recently. And so here's one I actually did a live. This is an invitation to one of our lives. You can easily do this. And what's cool is we already have templates in here that all you have to do is a little tiny bit of editing, and you already have the completed project. Like, for instance, this is this one with a little tiny bit of editing, which you can easily do. So I actually changed the title up here. I changed this part right here. And then I simply created this right here with your Got Backup link, whatever it is in the back office, which I showed you how to use, right? So you can, without any actual training, start sending your own emails. And I recommend you're at least doing it 3 to 5 times a week. I'm doing it at least 5 times a week. And it's very important to do that because then they start to become acquainted with you and they start to know who you are. Because even if you paid for the extra part where they send emails, that still doesn't help them get to know who you are. So you need to do that. It's very, very important. So now we've covered all of the top part here. Let's go into the business tab. The first one that's in here is called our compensation plan. We've got 2 videos in here that explains in great detail how our compensation works, okay? I recommend that every one of you, especially the new ones that have never done this before, go in here and really get acquainted with how our compensation works. We've got one of the best compensation plans out in the world right now, as far as I'm concerned. I've been involved with so many things, and this is the best compensation plan I know of anywhere because they pay 67% of the profit back to the field, and that is amazing. And then, of course, the next tab down, this one's just an overview of your whole year. And then this one is where you'll start to see individuals start to pay. Now, this will happen as soon as somebody is actually a paid member. But remember that we have a 4-week delay because we have a 4-week guarantee for any person that is brand new. They have 30 days to make up their mind if they decide they don't want to be in the company. And that's a good thing that you don't get paid instantly because then you never have what's called a clawback. And those are not fun because they have to take it out of your existing commissions that you haven't been paid on. So if they have a guarantee of 4 weeks or 30 days, then that means it's very unlikely that you'll ever see one of those clawbacks. And I haven't actually ever seen one. And I've been involved with the company. It's going to be 4 years in January. So the next one down here is your options for starting your payment. And you need to be signed up with something in order to get paid. So once there's money that you can get paid, you want to have one of these accounts set up. I have Payoneer. It's been great for all of the whole 4 years I've been part of the company. And Wise is used in some cases when Payoneer is not available. So make sure that you've got one of those accounts. It's actually giving you a choice to use either one, but go ahead and sign up for one of them. And then once you have, then they have a payment account for when you start to receive payments from your commissions. A payout history is the actual physical time when they're going to start showing your actual pay. When you start getting paid on Friday, it's going to start showing up right here. And of course, again, remember, it's going to happen after the 4-week period of holdback. And it also explains that right here. And it explains that you need to have a certain amount of money before. If your money is less than $22, it will be the next week or maybe even 2 weeks later before you actually get paid. And that's important because they do have to take out a merchant fee, and you don't want to have a merchant fee off of $4. So it's better to let it be $22, and it doesn't hurt as much. The next tab is the My Downline tab, and this is where you're going to find information. And of course, again, remember, this is a demo account. We don't want to have anybody's personal information in here when I'm doing the webinars. So that's why we're using a demo account. But generally speaking, you will see your whole actual organization as you start to build it. When there is a new paid member, you put somebody on the left and then somebody on the right, and always use the outside, not the inside, because as you get going, you'll start seeing folders all over the place, empty spots all over, and you don't actually want to fill those inside spots because those are for your team to do. And so on the bottom, you'll see the tank, you'll see the power line, and you'll also see your own sponsor is going to be on this page. Then the next tab down is called the My Direct Affiliates. This is again where you're going to see in more detail the individuals that have become paid members under you from your link. They might show up in the customers or the resellers, or the cart abandon happens when they don't complete the sale for whatever reason. But that gives you an opportunity to actually reach out to them and talk to them. And I do recommend you actually send a personal email. I don't mean in our lead capture system, but I mean like if you have a Gmail, to actually send out a personal, hello, I'm Linda and I am your sponsor. I'm just here to let you know that I'm happy to help you in any way I can. Just let me know. Just hit reply and I'll be glad to help. Did that sound salesy? Because it wasn't. Okay, the next tab is called the live webinars. And this is where you're going to see all of the training. And like I said, remember, here's an Italian presentation that's happening on Tuesday. And then our cutoff is on Wednesday. And then Mark does the recognition on Friday. And then there is a Saturday. Now we just about have one on every day, except for I don't think we have one on Thursday. That's about the only time. So Saturday we start having training with Chris and Tammy, and they're really good. And then we have a French presentation on Sunday. So all of these have links already programmed in right here. All these little yellow tabs means that they will automatically copy an affiliate link for you, which you can actually share with anyone you want. That was one of the questions that I remember seeing in the chat before I started the webinar tonight. Then the next tab down is called our leaderboard. This is where you're going to see how you stack up. And what's cool is you can actually find yourself on this tab right here, because this is going to show everybody, even if if you get just even one sale, you're going to show up on this tab, because it goes all the way back. And I remember when I was like number 700, and now I'm up here 28 because I became an emerald. And it's possible for you to do that as well, because as you accumulate sales, you will continue to grow in your business, and you'll come up the steps here and start to become somebody that has some expertise because you've been involved for a little bit. Now the next tab is called the webinar replays. And what's cool about this is it takes you directly to our live streams where we are. And as you can see, I'm live right now, but there's new things coming up right now for the next couple of days. For instance, like I said, here's an Italian presentation. If you've got people that are involved in Italian stuff, or if you've got somebody that is, like for instance, French, she explains in French our whole program and how it works. So you can actually invite people that are not speaking English, and that's really cool. And we will eventually, pretty soon, have somebody doing it in Spanish, I'm quite sure, which is one of the requests that we've had. It's just a matter of having someone that's willing to do it. So if you're somebody that wants a Spanish presentation or a different language that we don't now have, be one of the people that are willing to do that presentation, because that's what it takes, is we need people that are willing to do that. So then the next one here, somebody asked about recognition in Rankup, and that is in here, okay? But I'm going to have to show it to you in my own back, because I have that as well now. Because this doesn't actually have any people in it, it's not going to show in here, but I'll show you how it works in a few minutes. And then we have the internal wallet, which just recently got put in, and this is available to everyone, no matter what your company is that you're part of. And what's cool is that you can refill this from either a card or from your commissions. You can also transfer when you've filled it and you want to bring money back to your account. Another thing you can actually do is you can click this once you start earning pretty steady money and tell them to remove your monthly fee for our Got Backup out of your commissions if you want to. You don't have to. Then, of course, we have business cards. These are really awesome. So now I'm going to actually jump over to my personal account because there's a few things I can show you that we don't have right now available in that demo account because there is no people in there. So I'm going to actually click this and this actually opens it up. And one thing, they just recently did this because I complained until they did, but anyone that has any product and also has Got Backup, because I started out with Now Lifestyle because that was years ago before Got Backup was here, because this company's been around since 1999. So it's been involved with lots of different things over the years. So we have a tab called Recognition and Rankup. And what's really cool about that is that you can actually go in and find people in your team that are actually in have ranked. For instance, Roy here has ranked. So I can actually click say congratulations. And what happens when we do that is it creates a really cool little template, which I've already made for him. And I've already actually posted this on my Facebook. When you do a brand new person that is not in here yet, you're going to want to upload a picture of them. And you can get that usually from their Facebook. So hopefully you're connected in some way where you can do that. And then when you do that, you can actually download this. And when you download this, you are going to be able to save it. And then when you save it, I already have it, so I don't need to save it again. You can post this into your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, or any other place where you would like to recommend and show. And what's really cool is you can do this even if you don't already have somebody in your team that's ranked. But go ahead and do this even if you've only got people that are just in the very beginning part and they're not a silver yet. It'll start giving you people from the time that they are bronzes. And I have quite a few bronzes actually that I need to send a recommendation. I did it for Perry, but there's several others here I haven't done yet. And when you do, you just simply have to be able to get a hold of their picture, okay? For instance, I've got Paul here. So what I can do is I can get Paul set up here. And he ranked as a bronze, but I don't have his picture yet, so I need to go get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to Facebook. See if he's still here. He might not be. His last name is Paul Goulart. That's right. Okay, here he is. And I don't see him. If he's not here, then you can't do it. I know what he looks like, so I don't know. There's an awful lot of people with that name. That's interesting. But I don't see his face. Let's pretend it's this guy. It isn't, but let's pretend it is, okay? So first off, you would want to save the picture so that you have it. And then all you have to do, let's close that. I just closed the wrong one. Yeah, okay. Let's go back to Got Backup. Okay, so I'm going to go back, and it's in my Got Backup. Oh, that's right. It's actually in here. All right, so I'm going to actually pretend that that is his picture. So I need to upload that picture. Paul has been not part of my team for a long, long time. He didn't see the vision, so he left. But we can do that. So now we have a picture with that person, and all we have to do now is download it, and we have the picture ready to go. Obviously, I'm not going to share that on Facebook because he isn't actually on my team, but I wanted to make sure you understood how to use this because it's very powerful. Now, if you are brand new, do not have anyone yet in the team, the next thing you can also do is go over to our Got Backup. Make sure we're in the correct team, the correct group. Whoops, that's not it. Okay. That makes no sense. Where is Got Backup? It's always showing. There it is. Okay. Make sure that we're in here, and I'll make sure you have this group. So make sure that you go in here occasionally because you can get your hands on pictures of people that have ranked at least to bronze because they're always being congratulated. These are people that are brand new and have, of course, not yet ranked. Here's a bronze. Okay, so we can actually save this picture of Lilia. I think that's how you pronounce that. And we can put her on our profile, even though she's not our personal team member. Let's see, make sure I spell her name right. This is really important. People don't always do that. Lilia. Lilia for reaching bronze. Because the name of the game when we do something like this is to actually create some curiosity. I can't think of anything more exciting actually than to do it like this. This is much, much better than putting up, here's my link, please join me now, because nobody will join when you do that. But if you do it this, people want to know why you're celebrating somebody, and they think it's pretty exciting that that person made money. So that means it's more believable that someone else can make money as well, right? So that's the name of the game, okay? Now, the Got Backup has all of the same links here in all of the back offices, regardless of what you have. If you don't see it, let support know, because it is now available in everybody's back office. It's all under the Got Backup tab if you are not seeing Got Backup appear, because mine started out with a different product. It doesn't matter. the whole point is when we get done, this is what you do. Now, I have one last thing to share because somebody asked a question about what they need to do to keep from losing pictures when they want to delete them off of their phone, but they don't want to delete them off of their website. If you're set up to just sync, it can delete the pictures on the website because that's what sync means. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can protect your pictures even though they are going to be removed from your pictures. If we can get it to come up. All right, yes, there it is. So this is important. So if you go to your files, you're going to see, of course, you need to know where your iPhone pictures are, okay? So mine are here, right? So if I want to actually remove my pictures from my phone, but I want them to stay on here, the easiest way to handle that is to click this and do what's called a download. It only takes a few minutes generally. It might take a little bit longer than that, but the major thing is go ahead and download all of your files. And what they're going to do is they're going to be created into a zipped folder, okay? All right? And once you have them zipped down, then all you have to do then is you can come in here, you can remove things from here if you want to, or you can remove them just from the phone. If you have duplicates, you can always edit directly inside of this folder. I'm not going to do that tonight, but you can get in here. You can delete anything you want. Let's say this is a duplicate. I'm not going to delete it. Oh, you could delete it. You simply would click the delete button, okay? So in other words, you have complete control of all of your files whenever you want to remove or increase what you've got. And what's cool about the way we've got this set up is once you have downloaded all of those files, and it does take a few minutes, as you can see, this is not done, then you can actually do what's an upload from that file. Pretend this is already opened and completely downloaded. You would simply select all of the pictures that you want in that file and put them back up here. And because they're not coming directly from the sync, then they're not going to be deleted because they are manually uploaded. So that should answer your question. I'm going to go ahead now and come back to our window. I'm going to close this down for a moment. I want to catch up with any questions that might be in here. If you have any questions that I have not answered, because I did a really thorough tour tonight, please let me know, okay? All right. All right. I don't see any new questions. How many lead capture pages are available? Okay, Joe, there are about 3 lead capture payment links right now. There is first the tour link, then the actual startup link, and then there's the webinar link. I believe they're working on some new ones. We haven't seen them yet, but they will be put in there when they're ready. Okay, where's the new member template? I explained that. Really? What behavior are they saying is called baiting? You'd have to explain that a little further because what I'm telling you to do is not baiting. Because if you're honoring somebody that reached a level in your company. But on the other hand, obviously, Facebook doesn't like it when you do things repetitiously and too much, okay? So don't overdo any of the things that I recommended. Make sure you don't do that, okay? You also want to always have conversations with people, okay? Yes, I do love the recognition and rank up. I'm using that a lot. I think it is really very, very powerful. I told you, Joe, we've got 3 or 4 landing pages. No, there are no new capture pages at this point, just the ones that you know are already there. Okay, so any other questions you have, please let me know. I think I've covered the ones that matter. Somebody asked about what the tank is. The tank is where they put people right after the power line goes live on Wednesday or actually Thursday morning, which gives you the option of being in control of your page, of where you're putting people. You always want to put people on the far left side or the far right side, and you just kind of look at your own, what's going on, who's active, who isn't, and one side needs to be, I mean, they both need to be pretty close to even. That usually works pretty much all the time. Deb, tech support is actually available 24/7. We not only have a US office, but we have an India office, and we have, I forget the name. Why do I always forget it? But anyway, we have 3 total tech support offices or customer service offices. And that way we can cover all of the time. Unfortunately, I can't actually show you how to move people into your power line because, for one thing, let me get some water. They don't. YouTube gets excited when you start showing real people's information, but when you do have a new person, there is actually an orange tab on that page with a video explaining how to do it. Make sure and watch it. That really helps you. In fact, every one of the pages has videos. There's usually an orange tab. It's almost always on the right-hand side at the top of the page, and that is how you can get to it. And where do you find what, Deb? Okay, the support tab is actually at the top of the page, kind of to the right as you're looking at it. That's where you find it. And then it gives you the option of being able to create what's called a ticket. There's sometimes also chat people open, but they're generally more available as just going ahead and putting in a ticket. And then when you put in a ticket, they generally get back to you within 24 to 48 hours, which is really fast. So, I mean, we've got some of the best support of any company I know of. Okay, you want to know the details about the power line cutoff. The reason why it's a significant to people is that when you pay and start becoming a paid member, you get to be at the top part of the list. If you wait, you're further down. Okay. But the person that's generally really in control of where you get placed is the person that sponsored you, the person that is your direct sponsor. That person has the interest in doing something about it. Okay. Yes, they are extremely awesome. So are there, yes, ma'am, there is always replays. Remember that I showed you in our tour, there's a replay link under our Got Backup page, and you can go there anytime, and it's YouTube. So YouTube always has replays. Just go to the live link and it shows everybody. In fact, we've been doing this since April for Got Backup alone, and there's replays for every single video that we've ever done. And like Karina said also, if you want to, you can just hang out. What did you miss? I don't know what you missed. I've been talking and talking. Lots of stuff going on. You certainly can watch the replays anytime. They're always there. That's one of the reasons why I think we moved. We do have a webinar software, but it is much, much better on YouTube. I hope that we stay on YouTube because I just really like it. The best capture page to use for most people is the tour page. But if they're already, on your tour, already in your list, then the second one to the right, to the right on the same page is the best one because that's the sign up page. Yeah, I know you have, Bruce. You've been pretty steady coming in. Okay. Got a lot of new people here. Any questions I have not answered, make sure I have answered them before you leave. I prefer to take care of everybody, especially the brand new ones, so that you feel especially comfortable here because that's what it's all about. We try to keep this comfortable. We try to keep it simple. We want you to feel like you're ready to go. We don't do high-powered sales here. We just want you to understand what the product is all about. When you're using it, when you like it, you will want to share it. I'm going to share one more thing with you that I've been doing for the last few days, and I think you'll find this quite interesting. So if I go over, I'm in my back office right here. I'm going to go back to my files. And I have a folder called my journal files. I'm actually building files that are going to turn into a whole book for my family. And I have it put together like this so that it's easy to get to. And I decided to make it into pieces instead of doing it all at once. And I actually did this on my hard drive on my computer. These are not me uploading manually. This has happened because I have my sync set up. So let's just look at this one right here. So this is the first page of one of my, no, this is page 4, but it doesn't matter. This is my journal. I'm actually making the first pieces like this from Canva because I have a professional account. But I actually have all of my story in here built on Word, which you can actually do inside of our own program. So if I actually come back to my back office here, or if I open it again, doesn't want to close. I can show you how you would go about actually building your own if you wanted to. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to do the Canva part, but you can definitely do the part where you're building your own, basically a Word document. And you would just do it by simply deciding if you want it in a specific file, you would click the file. In my case, I want everything to be under my journal file. So it's in the all documents and it's in my journal files. So if I wanted to create a new journal, I would simply create one by simply clicking this one right here that looks kind of like a Word document. Got to give it a name. My new journal. And then you would just click the arrow. Takes a minute for it to load it. I'm going to come back for a minute while I'm waiting for that to load to see if there's any new questions. I don't know yet about the We Got Friends. I did see the advertising for that. I don't personally have We Got Friends, but I would assume that if you go over to the lead capture system, you should see it as a list on that side. That's where I would believe it is. If it's not there, then I don't know for sure. So let's go ahead and do reset. A lot of the time it'll open it for you, but here's that file I just showed you that I created. So it has nothing in it yet, it's empty, but it's going to open up into a program that is a lot like Word. So now I have the option to type or to add stuff I have somewhere else onto it, or I can, like in my case, for instance, I've got, if I go in here to my old business folder, I have pieces. And let's say I want to actually add something in here that I have for that. All I have to do is open so that I have copy of it. And then I'm going to copy that. And now I'm going to paste it into the document. Whoops, it didn't copy. All right, let's copy again. That was part of something I was working on earlier. So now it actually copied what I just copied from a document in my documents on my computer. So if I wanted to make changes to this, or if I wanted to add it to a specific page, or if I wanted to just keep this as a separate file, I could do that. And what's cool about doing it inside this program is that it is automatically saved on our Got backup. You don't have to find it over in Google Docs or anywhere like that. It's already here. So now it says right down here, all changes saved. So if I go back and I look at it, it's going to look exactly like what I just showed you because it's saved. And that is really, really, really powerful to be able to do that. It takes a minute for it to load after you do that. But yes, I think that's one of the things I've been most excited about is being able to do that. Okay, I know already Got Backup has cards and postcards. Here's one of their postcard sized things. I've got this already. See, it's already got it. This is a 5x7, so it's bigger than the card. You can get these right now from that tab that says business cards. So yes, we already have it. Okay. Okay, anything new that I have not covered? Yeah, I know that, but I'm not doing a blog because this is for a personal family thing. So that's why I was showing that to you. I've got a lot of stuff on my computer that are just pieces of my journal. And in my religion, we're encouraged, you don't have to, but you're encouraged to write your own personal story because that's something you can leave behind to your family. So it's not a blog because blogs are great, but blogs are just not the same as doing a real story, a real book about your family and about your life. And that's what it is. Okay. So, anyway, I've been working on that for a lot of years, but I'm now getting serious about it. Just to give you an idea, here is a bunch of it right here that I've been making sure to digitize, checking to make sure I've got it all. I'm not so old I'm worried about dying tomorrow, but I do want to be able to leave behind something that is of value. There's two things that are important to me: leave my story and leave my pictures and videos. And that's what I've been working on more than anything else. It's actually more important to me than somebody buying my product right now. So I've been putting a lot of attention on that. And that's what I have to share with you tonight. Any more questions that you have, please let me know. Otherwise, we're really, really done. Yes, Joy, I do believe actually that family history is awesome and it's very important to. I mean, people like to know where they come from. And if you don't tell your story, how do they know, right? So you can do that. And what's cool is we can do it with our pictures, can't we? I have my pictures already in the cloud, and I can just give them a link inside of these PDFs to our Got Backup so that they can get to the pictures without my having to put them in the document. I can make it so much more easier and more fun than the old way. And it doesn't even have to be printed. It's going to stay on the cloud and they can go to it when they want to. So there you go. Thank you for everybody that has been part of this tonight. I am giving you one more chance. Make sure and let me know if you've got any questions that you need me to answer, because that's what I'm here for. You're certainly welcome, Russ. And then before I forget, sometimes I do. If you're brand new, you haven't yet signed up, make sure that you go here. If somebody has invited you, you're going to automatically be cookied to that person. If you haven't as yet become part of our Facebook group, here is that. And then that's what I have for you tonight. And thanks, Jennifer. I appreciate you coming. I think Got Backup is absolutely awesome. Yes, I agree. I'm a super fan. That's probably the major reason why I'm the trainer for it, because I love our products. I really do it. For one thing, they save us money, they save us time, and they save us headaches because they help us take care of things that matter, like our stuff, our pictures, our videos, and any other thing, even your business documents, you can protect them inside of Got Backup. And that's what I have for you tonight. I really enjoyed visiting with you today. And as usual, I'll let you know I'm going to be doing this every single Monday. And so you guys have a really amazing evening, what's left of it. And I'll see you again next Monday. Bye for now.